Hello, everybody! Gee, thank you. Hi, everybody. How are you? Are you ready for a great show? If you came to see Wicked, this is not it. If you came to see The Wizard of Oz, the musical, this is not it either. We are doing the actual play, which is based on the original novel. So clap for these kids, I'm so proud of them. Even though we are familiar with these iconic characters, there are all these secondary characters. There's wolves and spiders and bears and things that are gonna be like, what? So I'm so proud of these kids. Many of these students have never stepped on stage in front of an audience before. Clap for them! And this is why I love theater. This is why I love what I do, theater education, because ultimately it's so scary. Of course it's scary. Do you know that standing in front of a group of people is the scariest thing for adults to do, regardless of middle schoolers? So my heart is just so full with all of their work and their amazing commitment to this show. Clap for them! I know I stay too often. I'm trying to come back. Okay, so theater is a collaborative effort, and I could not do it all by myself. It just takes a huge crew and an amazing team. We've got Harry Raymond on sound. Clap for Harry! We've got Nima and Benjamin who are working the lighting design. Clap for Nima! High school student collaborating with us. Amazing, thank you Nima. We've got KBEV recording here tonight. Clap for KBEV! So we need you to be a really loud, big, fun audience. We also got a couple of students, Gabe and Enzo on spot. Thank you, Gabe and Enzo. We have all our amazing ushers who help tonight. We have the parent volunteers who help tonight. Thank you. But mostly I could not do this without she's an amazing person, an amazing teacher, Miss Daniela Kemp-Taylor. Please come out, clap for her. We did it! So it really does take a village to do a performance like this. So for tonight, there will be some strobe and fog. It's part of the show. Don't be alarmed. If there was an emergency exit here, and then of course through back there as well. The back doors work as well. Are you ready for a great show? Sit back, relax, and enjoy The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Hello, Munchkin! Wow, there's so many of you! Well, are you excited to see the show? So let's get started. Meet my narrators! Clap for them! Ready?
Act 1, Scene 1, The Cyclone, Dorothy Gale.
Lived in the midst of the great Kansas prairie
With Uncle Henry, who was a farmer, and Aunt Em, who was a farmer's wife. Their house was small, for the lumber built it had to be carried by wagon many miles. When Dorothy stood in the doorway of the yard, she could see nothing but the great prairie on every side. Not a tree, nor a house, broke the broad sweep of the flat country that reached to the sky in all directions. When Aunt Em came to live, she was a young, pretty wife. The sun and wind had changed her too, taking the sparkle from her eyes and left them a silver gray, taking the red from cheeks and lips, and they were gray also. But then there was Dorothy.
Aunt Em, Uncle Henry!
And they loved Dorothy
As if she were
their own. And Dorothy loved them too.
But it was Toto that made Dorothy laugh and saved her from all the disgrace of surroundings.
Come here, Toto!
Dorothy played with him and loved him dearly today.
However, they were not playing.
Uncle Henry sat upon the doorstep and looked anxiously at the sky, which was even grayer than usual, if possible. From the far north, they heard a low wail of the wind. And Uncle Henry and Dorothy could see where the long grass bowed in waves
Before the coming storm.
There's a cyclone coming in! I'll look after the stock! Quick, Dorothy!
been in the exact center of the cyclone. The great pressure of the wind raised the house up, higher and higher, until it was at the very top.
And there it remained and was carried miles and miles away, as easily as you could carry a feather.
It's so dark, and the wind is howling so terribly. But it really isn't so bad, Toto. It's just like a baby in a cradle. I wonder what will happen next.
Once Toto got too near the open trap door and fell in.
Toto, no!
But the strong pressure up there was keeping him up, so he could have fell. Eventually, she dragged him back into the room.
I'm closing the door right now so no more accidents will happen.
Hour after hour passed, and slowly, Dorothy got over her fright.
But she felt quite lonely.
But as hours passed and nothing terrible happened, Dorothy resolved to wait calmly and see what the future would bring her.
And free up the thing of the house.
And the willing of the wind, Dorothy soon closed her eyes.
And fell fast asleep. Scene 2. The Council with the Munchkins. She was awakened by a shock.
So sudden and so severe that if Dorothy had not been lying on the soft bed, she might have been hurt. We're not moving anymore, Toto. And it isn't dark at all. Toto, look!
The cyclone has hit the house down very gently.
For a cyclone.
In the midst of a country of marvelous beauty, stately trees bore luscious fruit.
Banks of gorgeous flowers were on every hand.
You are welcome, noble sorceress, to the land of the Munchkins. We are grateful to you for having killed the Wicked Witch of the East and for setting our people free from her tyranny.
But I've never killed anything before, especially not a person.
No, your house did. Anyways, that's the same thing. See? Look at her two awful old feet sticking out from under a block of wood. Look at how the sunlight flashes off the silver shoes. The silver shoes.
Oh no, the house must have fallen on her. What are we going to do?
There's nothing to be done.
But who was she?
She was the Wicked Witch of the East. You really must pay better attention, dear. She forced all of the Munchkins to become her slaves, and they had to work for endless nights and days. Her tax sides were nothing to sneeze at either.
Didn't she turn you into a chicken that one time?
You have set them all free and they're grateful to you for the favor.
And are you a Munchkin?
No, but I am their friend. Even though I live in the north, when they saw that the Wicked Witch was dead, they sent a swift messenger to me, and I used my magic to come as quickly as I could.
Magic? Then you must be.
I am the Good Witch of the North.
But I thought all witches were wicked.
That is a great mistake. I'm good, and the Munchkins love me. I would have set them all free, but I'm not as powerful as the Wicked Witch of the East is.
Was!
Indeed, once there were 4 witches in all the land of Oz. The Witch of the North and South are good witches. I know this is true and not a mistake. But now that you have come and squashed the Witch of the East, there's but one wicked witch left in all the land of Oz. The one who lives in the West, she...
It's your cold
You killed my sister, little girl! You killed the Wicked Witch of the East!
I didn't mean to.
You cannot hide from my power! You cannot hide from me!
You have no power in this land.
I shall! Soon I shall have all of Oz! The silver shoes! I want them! And I shall have them! The silver shoes are yet to be mine!
Was that her?
Indeed. Well, the voice part of her. Anyways, she is the Wicked Witch of the West. Awful old thing. I'm afraid she'll try to destroy you if you cross her path.
I don't think I like that at all.
You wouldn't, my dear.
Well, what should we do now?
There's nothing to be done.
Okay, Dorothy, you have to go to the City of Emeralds. You have to walk through this yellow brick road, and once you meet Oz, ask him in simple terms what you want and ask him for his help.
But how will I get there?
You must walk. It is a long journey through land that's sometimes pleasant and sometimes dark and terrible. But you mustn't worry, for I will use all the magical arts I know to keep you safe, like the silver shoes.
The Wicked Witch was awfully proud of those silver shoes.
Awfully proud.
And there's some kind of charm connected to them. But what it was, we never knew.
The Wicked Witch of the West mustn't ever get a hold of these shoes. Not ever! For they're alright, you know.
She would use her power to conquer all of Oz, and that would prove disastrous for everyone who lives here.
As beautiful as your country is, I must get home to my home in Kansas. Aunt Em and Uncle Henry must be very worried by now about me.
That could be a problem. At the east, not far from here, there is a deadly desert that will turn anyone who touches it to sand.
That's awful. And there it is again, at the edge of the west, where the other wicked witch lives. And the south, where Glinda lives.
Glinda!
But who is?
And since I call the north my home, I know innocently that the deadly desert exists there as well. You'll just have to come live with us, my dear. This won't do. Listen here, this won't do at all. If you want something done, do it yourself. Hilo, hollow, hello!
Let Dorothy go to the city of the emeralds.
As I thought. Are you Dorothy, my dear?
I am, but where's the city of emeralds?
You must direct center of Oz.
Where it is ruled by the great wizard himself. And how will I get there?
You must walk. It is a long journey through land that is sometimes pleasant and sometimes dark and terrible. But you mustn't worry, for I will use all the magical arts I know to keep you safe. Goodbye, my dear, and good luck.
Oh, Toto, she was a witch after all. How else would you expect her to go?
No. Scene 2. How Dorothy saved the Scarecrow.
Hey, that's me.
There were several roads nearby, but it did not take Dorothy long to find the road of the yellow brick. Within a short time, she was walking briskly toward the Emerald City, her silver shoes twinkling merrily on the hard yellow roadbed.
And Toto beside her, the sun shone bright.
And the birds sang sweetly.
Once Dorothy did not feel nearly so bad as you might think, a little girl.
What did? Suddenly, whisked away from her own country,
And sit down.
in the midst of a strange land. She was surprised as she walked along to see how pretty the country was around her.
Once in a while, she would pass a house, and the people would come out and bow low as she went by.
For everyone knew she had destroyed the wicked witch of the east and set them free. All the houses were painted blue, for in the country of the east, blue is a favorite color.
Toward evening, when Dorothy was tired with her long walk, she passed a big blue house that was larger than the rest.
Where a celebration with much singing and laughing was taking place. The house belonged to a rich Munchkin farmer named Bob, who seeing Dorothy called, "Please join us," it's because of you were able to celebrate that all you know.
Thank you.
You must be exceptional sorceress.
Why?
Because you wear the silver shoes and have killed the wicked witch. Besides, your frock contains white, and only witches and great sorcerers wear white.
But it's blue and white checked.
It's kind of you to wear that. Blue is the color of the Munchkins, and white is the witch color. So we know you are a felony witch.
I suppose I should just get used to everyone become a witch, Toto. Dorothy slept the night quite soundly until morning.
As she ate her breakfast, she watched the wee Munchkin baby pull Toto's tail and crow laughing away those greatly amusing children. Except for Toto.
How far is it to the Emerald City?
I do not know, for none of us has ever been there. We find it best to stay away from the Wizard of Oz, unless you have business. Yellow Brick Road is beautiful, so is the countryside, some of it. But you pass through many dangerous places, as there is still one wicked witch left in Oz.
I've met her. Well, the crow part of her.
Well, and there are Kalitas and evil trees and, oh dear, so many dreadful things. Are you sure you're rather willing to stay with us? You can be mayor.
It's nice of you to offer, but I must get home to Aunt Em and Uncle Henry as quickly as I can. Come on, Toto.
That was wise, Munchkin! You should have held the girl until you would arrive in person!
I couldn't.
Whatever my sister could do to you, I could do far worse! I want those shoes! Be told! I'm not feeling pretty well. It is exceedingly tedious being perched up here all night and day.
Can't you get down?
I don't think so. I'm exceptionally sure that no, I can't. This pole is stuck up very far off my back. If you'd please remove the pole, I'd be greatly obliged to you.
Like this?
Oh. Oh, but you are clever. Thank you. I feel like a new man.
I'm sorry if it seems like I'm staring. I've just never seen a talking straw man before.
You mustn't hail from the land of Oz.
I come from Kansas. I'm going to the Wizard of Oz to send me back there.
Where's the Wizard of Oz?
In the Emerald City.
Where's the Emerald City?
Don't you know?
I don't know much of anything. I'm stuffed, as you now know. I have no brains in my head, or anywhere else.
Oh, goodness, I'm very sorry.
Do you think that if I came with you, the wizard could give me some brains?
I don't see why not. If he doesn't, you're no worse off than you were before.
That sounds logical.
Why do you want brains so badly? I find that most people get along quite well without them.
After the farmers who built me put me up on this pole, an old crow perched beside me and said,
I wonder if the farmer thought to fool me in this clumsy manner. Any crow with sense could see that you are only stuffed with straw.
and then he hopped down and ate all the corn he wanted. I felt sad at seeing this, for it showed I wasn't good at being a scarecrow after all. But the old crow comforted me by saying,
If only you had brains in your head, you'd be as good as a man as any of them, and a better man than some of them. Brains are the only thing worth having in this world, whether one is a crow or a man.
even though I can't be hurt physically, it did hurt quite a lot to be called a fool. And if my brains is stuffed with strong set of brains, how'll I ever know anything?
I think I understand how you feel. Come on. Oh, you mustn't mind Toto. He doesn't bite.
I'm not afraid of him. He couldn't hurt the straw, see? But I'll tell you a secret. There is one thing in this world I am afraid of.
What's that? The Munchkin farmer that made you?
No, it's a lighted match!
Scene 4, the rescue of the Tin Woodman.
As Dorothy and Scarecrow made their way down the yellow brick road, they noticed that there were fewer fruit trees, fewer farms.
I'm afraid I don't like these part of the woods as much.
I just can't understand why you want to leave this beautiful countryside and go back to dry, gray Kansas you told me about.
No matter how dreary or gray our homes are, we, people of flesh and blood, would rather live there than in any other place, no matter how beautiful it is. Remember, there's no place like home.
I suppose if your heads were stuffed with straw like mine is, you'd probably all want to live in beautiful places. And Kansas would have no people at all. It is fortunate for Kansas that you have brains.
Oh,
What was that?
It came from over there.
He's all made of tin.
Did you groan?
I certainly did. I've been groaning for more than a year. No one has heard me or come to help me.
How can we help you?
Grab that oil can and oil my joints. They're so rusted that I can barely move them at all.
Here it is.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That feels so much better. Oh, I've been rusted solid for at least a year, though it may have been longer than that. And I would have stood there for always if you hadn't heard me and come to help me. But what brings you here?
We're going to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
He's terrifying. Or at least that's what people say. Why would you want to go see him?
Well, the Scarecrow wants brains, and me and Toto want to go back home to Kansas.
Do you think he could give me a heart?
I don't see why not. I guess it could be as easy as putting brains in the Scarecrow's head.
Or even easier.
Well, if you'll have me, I'd like to join your party so I may ask the wizard for a heart.
Of course you can join us.
It was a bit of good luck for the Tin Woodman.
Joined Dorothy and the Scarecrow, for soon after they began their journey again. As they walked on,
So, how did you stay up there and rested all those years?
Well, yeah, it's a sad story, but at least I assume it is. Without a heart, I can't really tell for sure.
How'd you lose it?
But I was born the son of a woodman who taught me everything he knew about chopping wood for a living. And after he died, I took care of my mom for as long as she lived. And after she passed, I decided to marry so I wouldn't be alone. Then, I fell in love with one of the Munchkin girls, a beauty named Nimmy Amy.
I will marry you someday, Nick Chopper, I swear it. But when? As soon as I'm free.
For Nimmy was a slave to the Wicked Witch of the East, who was evil as well as wicked.
Told the water grow and don't spill a drop! Yes, I know. Which is a secret that will die with you, for you'll never leave me. You know this.
But the Wicked Witch had spies everywhere.
I cherish these moments with you. Me too.
And soon she learned
Tomorrow night,
of our plans.
I will stay away from her forever, I promise.
I fear for you, my darling.
I will be very brave. I can figure out the charm behind her silver shoes. And if that doesn't work, there's always water.
Water?
Water?
That's what I said.
Wicked witches are afraid of water. You see, it's because all of their evilness has dried up all the empathy and feeling inside of them. So they dried up with it. The Wicked Witch of the East never allows water to touch her in any fashion.
I can only imagine what will happen if it does.
I think soon we should find out.
But before we could escape or push her into a bathtub, the witch enchanted my axe, so that one by one, it cut off various pieces of my body. Fortunately, a tinsmith happened upon me
Oh no, what have we here?
and made me a body piece out of tin for each one that I had lost.
Good afternoon.
But the Wicked Witch was furious at being balked,
No one back at me, I'm so furious!
so that she casted one final spell
Evie! Got me!
that made my axe chop right through my chest as if it were mere butter.
No!
Then once again, the tinsmith gave me a new chest out of tin. But without a heart, I lost all my love for Nimmy and didn't care whether I married her or not.
Where are you? That's a terrible. You will never see your Tin Woodman again, my dear Nimmy! What do you suppose happened to her?
She's probably living around here somewhere, now that that witch is dead, waiting for me to come after her.
But you won't.
As I am now? No, not a chance.
That's a terribly sad story.
While I was in love, I was the happiest man on earth. But you can't love if you don't have a heart, so I'm resolved to ask the wizard to give me one. And if he does, I will find my Nimmy and marry her.
As lovely as that story was, I think I'll ask Oz for a brain, or a fool wouldn't know what to do with a heart if he had one.
I shall take the heart, for a brain does not make one happy, and happiness, I believe, is the best thing in the world.
Scene 5, the Cowardly Lion.
All this time, Dorothy and her companions have been walking through the thick woods.
The robots still play with yellow bricks. Bunk was right. These part of the woods are growing rather frightening.
As they walked through the forest, they were terribly frightened.
Oh, no, you don't!
What'd you do that for?
How dare you attack a poor dog like Toto? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're nothing but a great big coward.
I didn't bite him.
No, but you tried to. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I know. I've always known it. How can I help it?
You could try harder to not be.
I would if I could. What is he?
He's a dog, of course.
Is he stuffed like that one or made of tin like the other one?
No, he's a meat dog.
He's so little. Hardly worth the effort, really. No one would ever think anybody's such a small furry creature except for a coward like me. What makes you a coward anyway? It's a mystery. I suppose I was born that way.
Perhaps you have a heart disease.
I don't think it's very likely.
Well, if you do, you should count yourself lucky that you have a heart at all.
I'll try to remember that. Perhaps if you had better brains, you know how to be less of a coward. I don't think that's very nice. I'd go test the Wizard of Oz for better brains, or any at all. The what of what now?
The wonderful Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna ask him for a heart.
And I'm going to ask him to send me and Toto back home to Kansas.
Do you think he could give me courage?
I don't see why not.
Then I'll go with you. If you don't mind, my life is simply unbearable without courage.
Of course you can.
You can keep away the other wild beasts.
that's very nice of you.
Good thinking, Scarecrow.
And we'll protect you if you get really scared.
Thank you.
Scene 7. The journey to the Great Oz.
They were obliged to camp out that night under a large tree in the forest, where there were no houses near. And the Tin Woodman chopped a great pile of wood and built Dorothy a splendid fire that warmed her and made her feel less lonely.
If you wish, I will go into the woods and kill deer for you. You could roast it in the fire.
Oh no, I wish you wouldn't. I should certainly weep if you would. Then my jaw would just rust.
But the lion went away on his own into the deep, dark forest and found his own supper. And no one ever knew what it was. And he never mentioned it.
Look, I believe we're nearing the end of these terrible woods. Look, you can see daylight.
The Emerald City.
We should be extra special careful here. This is the home of the KBEVs.
What's a Glinda?
They're monstrous beasts with bodies like bears and heads like tigers and with claws so long and sharp that they could tear me in two as easily as I could kill Toto. Sorry, Toto. I'm more afraid of the KBEVs than almost anything.
And that's saying something.
Hey,
I'm not surprised that you are. They sound perfectly dreadful.
There's something out there. I can feel it.
And I can almost sense what it is. Ooh. Whoa! I've never seen a gulf as great as this one.
we'll never cross it. Can you see the bottom?
No.
Look, there's a big tree close to the end of the ditch. If the Tin Woodman were to chop it down, it could fall across and we could cross it easily.
That is a first-rate idea. One would almost suspect you had brains in your head after all.
Quickly!
Stop, fools! Give me the silver shoes and you all may live!
Why do you want the silver shoe so badly?
That's a superb question. Have you seen the size of their feet?
Give me the silver shoes now!
Oh, it's a Wicked Witch of the West.
No matter who they are, they will surely tear us into pieces with their long and sharp claws. But stand close behind me, and I'll fight them as long as I'm alive.
You will never escape! Never!
I see we are going to live a little while longer. How nice. Just earlier I was telling myself that it must be fairly uncomfortable to not be alive.
Scene 7. The Deadly Poppy Field.
Oh, look at that nice sunny country.
We just passed through the dark forest.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
The Wicked Witch of the West really scared me.
Same.
I'm glad we're not in that creepy forest anymore.
Me neither.
Oh,
But look at those flowers.
wow.
They were big yellow and blue and white and purple blossoms, besides great clusters of scarlet poppies, which were so brilliant in color.
They will dazzle Dorothy's eyes.
Aren't they beautiful? When I have brains, I shall probably like them better.
Oh, if only I had a heart. I think I would love them.
You know, I always did like flowers. They seem so helpless and frail, but there are none of the forests as bright as these little guys.
You are right. They are splendidly beautiful.
Now it is well known that when there are a great many poppies together, their odor is so powerful that anyone who breathes it falls asleep. And if the sleeper is not carried away from the scent of the flowers,
He sleeps on and on.
forever.
What just happened?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good. What do we do?
If we leave Dorothy here, she'll die. The smell of the flowers will kill her. Just speaking for myself, my eyes are getting tired, and Toto's already asleep. You know, I think I'll just go get help after I have a little cat.
Quick, Dorothy first. Make a chair with your arms and carry her.
Come on. Almost there. Yeah. All right. Oh, she's out. But what are we gonna do about the lion? He's too heavy to lift. Of course, it'll kill me to leave him here, metaphorically speaking.
And it will certainly kill him if we do. Literally speaking.
Well, I suppose it's wrong to let that wildcat kill such a pretty harmless creature.
Yeah, but don't you also suppose that it's maybe wrong to... Never mind. You're good.
Oh, thank you so much for saving my life.
Oh, don't mention it, you know. I have no heart, so I'm always careful to help those who may need a friend, even if they happen to only be a mouse.
Only a mouse? Why, I'm queen. Queen of all the field mice.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Oh, Your Majesty, we thought you would be killed. How did you manage to survive?
That funny Tin Woodman killed the wildcat and saved my life. So hereafter, we must serve him and obey his slightest wish.
We will! We will!
No, Toto, come here, Toto. No, come back. Toto won't hurt
Are you sure he won't bite us?
I won't let him.
How can we repay you for saving the life of our queen?
You know, there's really nothing I
Heck,
can
not
think of.
true. You can save our friend, the cowardly lion, who's sleeping in the poppy field.
A lion? What? He would gobble us right up.
Huh, I don't think so. The lion is quite a coward, you see. Besides, he would never harm anyone with our friend.
Very well. We will trust you. But what do you want of us?
Are there any mice who call you queen?
Oh, yes, thousands.
Summon them! Summon them all! It'll take every last one of them for what I've got planned.
What can field mice do? They're so small.
I mean, I was just thinking, could be wrong, probably am, but, well, one field mouse by herself is small and can't do much, but many field mice them together could prove to be rather mighty. I mean, it stands to reason.
Well, you better be right. The lion, he doesn't have much more time.
The queen ordered all of the field mice to fetch the rest, and soon they came to her from all directions.
Thousands of them,
Big mice and little mice and middle-sized mice.
and each brought a piece of string in their tiny paws.
Holy moly!
Scarecrow and the Woodman now began to fasten the mice to the line with the strings then.
After a great deal of hard work, for the lion was quite heavy, they managed to begin pulling.
At first, the little creatures, many though they were, could hardly stir him. But with the help of their friends, they soon managed to string him out and pop them.
5 more minutes. Holy moly!
If you ever need us again, come out into the field and call, and we shall come immediately to your assistance. Goodbye, my friends.
You know, I always thought of myself as very big and terrible. And yet those little flowers came close to killing me, and then animals littler than the flowers saved me. Life sure is weird. So, what do we do now?
We find the yellow brick road again.
And we keep following it.
Until it leads us to
The Emerald City!
An affordable bed and breakfast. The Emerald City!
The wonderful Emerald City of Oz. The road was smooth and well paved now. The country about them was beautiful, and the streets were lined with beautiful houses. But these were painted green, and the farmhouses were likewise green.
Look, it's all green, just like it was all blue in Munchkinland.
The Emerald City.
Look! Look at all those houses and those people.
So, looks like it's made out of emeralds.
Almost.
How rich can this city be?
I have no idea.
You are so frightened. We have finally made it to the Emerald City at last.
I know. I'm getting a little nervous though. My paws are shaking.
What is this giant gate?
The gate.
It's right here. It's so big.
Don't like it.
Does it lead until the Oz's castle?
Perhaps. Is there anyone to greet us?
I don't know.
They were dazzled as they walked by the brilliance of the wonderful city. The streets were lined up with beautiful houses and
All built of green marble.
and studded everywhere with sparkling emeralds.
All glittering in the
Brightness of the sun. There were many people, men, women, children, walking about in green clothes.
greenish skin.
Who is that?
They looked at Dorothy and her strangely assorted company with wondering eyes.
Everyone seemed happy
And contented.
And prosperous.
We're here to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
It has been many years since anyone asked to see Oz. He's powerful and terrible, and if your errand is idle or foolish, so that bothers the
a wise reflection of the great Oz. Why? He may become so angry that he destroys you on the instant. Whoosh! Like that.
I don't like the sound of that.
But it isn't an idle errand, or a foolish one. We're here to see the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, he is. He very is. And he rules the Emerald City wisely and well. But to those who are not honest or who approach it from curiosity, he's most terrible, and no one has ever seen his true face.
He has more than one?
Of course. Don't you?
No, just this one.
I think you're mistaken. Most people possess two at the very least.
Metaphorically speaking. Hey guys, what's a metaphor?
I am the guardian of the gate, and since you demand to see the great Oz, I must take you to his palace.
Okay, let's go.
Lead the way.
They were dazzled as they walked by the brilliancy of the wonderful city.
With beautiful horses roaming the streets, all built of green marble.
Oh, it's just so beautiful.
So many people.
Strangers who demand to see the great Oz.
Please, make yourselves comfortable while I go to the door of the throne room and tell Oz you are here.
It feels like we've been traveling forever, but we're finally here at last. I'm so nervous. Look, my hands are shaking.
My paws are always shaking.
At last I shall have my brains!
And I'll have my heart back.
And I'll have courage,
And now-
finally.
And now, have you seen the wizard?
Oh no. No one has ever seen the great and powerful Oz before. But I spoke to him as he sat behind a screen, and I gave you his message. He said that he'd grant you each an audience, but each one of you must enter his presence alone, starting with the little girl who wears the silver shoes.
How does he know about those?
The great and powerful Oz knows everything. Plus, I might have mentioned to him that you were wearing them. He wasn't going to see you at first, but I mentioned the shoes. Then he decided to see you.
Let the little girl come forth.
Jeepers!
You must go to the throne room alone.
I am Oz, the great and terrible. Who are you and why do you seek me?
I am Dorothy, the small and meek, and I have come to you for help.
How did you come to possess the silver shoes?
The good witch gave them to me, just before she sent me to you.
And a mark on your forehead?
That's where she kissed me for protection.
The good witch, eh? What do you wish me to do?
Send me back home to Kansas, please.
Why should I do this for you?
Because you are strong and I'm weak. Because you are a powerful sorceress and I am only a helpless little girl.
But you are strong enough to kill the wicked witch of the East. I'd say that makes you far from helpless. Still, I will make a bargain with you. Help me and I'll help you.
What do you want me to do?
Kill the wicked witch of the West.
I can't do a thing like that.
Then you don't want to go home very badly, do you?
I've never killed anything willingly.
That is your problem.
If you are so great and powerful, why don't you do it yourself?
Until the wicked witch dies, you will never see your aunt and uncle again.
Oh no!
Oh, child, be of good cheer. The wicked witch is wicked, tremendously wicked, and she ought to be killed.
I don't think anyone ought to be killed.
Until the wicked witch dies, you will never see your aunt and uncle again. You're boring me. No.
It's hopeless. Just hopeless.
Oh, Dorothy, don't cry. Please don't cry. It kills me to see you cry.
My turn next. Let me see if I can change his mind.
I'm Oz, the great and terrible. Who are you and why do you seek me?
I am a scarecrow, stuffed with straw.
I am a woodman, made of tin.
I'm a cowardly lion afraid of everything. And I'm begging for you.
Some brains.
A heart.
Courage.
Why should we do this for you?
Because of all the witches and witches in all of Oz.
You are the most wonderful.
I never grant favor without something in return, so
Help Dorothy kill the wicked witch of the West.
Bring me proof that the wicked witch is dead.
is dead. And at that moment, I will give you brains.
rich in order to get what we want.
But I could never do such a thing.
Then I guess I shall never have my courage.
And I shall never have my brains.
And I shall never have my heart.
And I shall never see Aunt Em or Uncle Henry again. Kansas is so gray and lonely, and they need me, and I need them too. And it's my home, and I miss it. I don't know, maybe we could try talking to the witch?
I will follow you anywhere, Dorothy, even though I'm far too much of a coward to come up with anything.
I'll follow you too, though I'm far too foolish to come up with any sort of plan.
I will follow as well, although I haven't the heart to even harm a witch.
Then we shall go.
So what are we waiting for? Let's go back as the Wicked Witch.
Dorothy Gale! Don't you worry, you darling girl. You certainly aren't alone. You have me too. And I'm watching. I'm always watching. Watching you and your idiot friends too. And those shoes. Yes, those silver shoes. Once they belong to me, I'll be the greatest power in all of Oz. Then I'll put you back where you belong. Don't you worry about that, because after all, what was it that you said? There's no place like home. Is there?
Monkeys? That doesn't sound too bad.
Winged monkeys.
Now that's less fun.
Something about wings on a monkey freaks me out. Anyway, she'll send something after you, and then she'll make you her slave.
Oh, we have this plan to destroy her, see?
Oh, that's totally different. No one's ever destroyed her, so naturally, I just assume she'll make slaves of you.
Are you being sarcastic?
A little bit.
You should be careful. She's terribly wicked and fierce. She tried to take over the Emerald City once, but the wizard drove her off.
However did he do that?
His wonderfulness.
He's quite wonderful. You know,
We've met them.
Keep to the west where the sun sets, and you cannot fail to find the Wicked Witch.
or she'll find you. Then it's an enslavement for everyone. Have a good trip.
Have a good trip. They bade the Emerald City goodbye and turned toward the west,
Walking over fields of soft grass, dotted here and there with
daisies and buttercups, that gradually became a scorched and blasted wasteland.
This isn't pleasant terrain at all.
And it's so hot.
And you will grow hotter and hotter and hotter still, pretty girl, and hotter and hotter and hotter and...
The witch had got one eye, yet it was powerful as a telescope and could see everywhere. What is your command?
Go to those people who have dared come into my land. Tear the shoes from the little girl and bring them back to me. How are we to bring you the silver shoes? Yeah, what do you expect us to do? Bring them all the way back here in our paws?
wolves and chowing down our enemies. But you see this wildcat and you see this tin guy like totally chopped off its head. Whoosh! In one swoop, cut it clean off.
Mrs. Witch treat you so well that you're willing to die for her.
She
Run away. I'll give you that chance. And once the witch is disposed of, you may return to this land and be slaves to no one.
It would be good not to be slaves.
Well, whoa!
How do we know you'll keep your promise?
Because I'm not killing you now. And I won't. Because I know you'll do the right thing. I know you'll do the right thing.
Come on, wolves! To be slaves no more!
Slaves no more!
You are wonderful.
A good fight, my friend.
The best kind, where no one gets hurt.
God! Oh, God! They were weak and useless anyway. Hello, hello! As Queen of the Crows, you are more powerful than the other birds who rule the skies.
This is true.
Then prove it to me. Show me your power. Go to those people who have dared come into my land and tear the silver shoes from the little girl and kill her.
We will not fail you, Highness.
I know you won't. You love me. The darkness inside you rivals my own. But I will destroy you without hesitation should you return without finishing the job. Do you understand?
We understand, Highness.
Then go and kill them all!
I guess that old crow's wrong after all. It seems like I can scare away a crow or two.
Or 2,000.
I don't like this. The witch sent those wolves and those crows, and she won't stop until she destroys us all.
I don't like the sound of that.
Me
The witch
neither.
could not understand how all of her plans to destroy the strangers had failed. But she was a powerful witch, as well as a wicked one. And she made up her mind soon enough how to act. The golden cap. It's all I have left. There was, in her cupboard, a golden cow with a circle of diamonds and rubies running around it. Whoever owned the cap could call 3 times upon the winged monkeys. I've used this cap to enslave the Winkies, and once again, when I fought the Wizard of Oz forever away from this land, and I will use it one last time, and one last time pays for it all!
What's the sound of that?
You have called us for the third and final time. What is your command? The silver shoes. Oh, yes. The container bomb are even greater than the golden cow, provided you know how to use them. And I do. Then everyone in Oz must begin to quake in fear. A wise thing to do, I expect. And where are the silver shoes now?
Who was that?
And where are the silver shoes now? Go to those strangers who have dared come into my land. Tear them to pieces. Bring me back the silver shoes. Kill the little girl. Destroy the others. Except for the lion. I will mind to harness him like a horse and make him work. Your command shall be obeyed. Come on, guys. Get the Tin Woodman. Throw him over the sharp hook. Make sure he will not be able to walk or roll ever again. Get the Scarecrow. Pull out the straw out of his clothes and head. Put the chains on the lion.
Really, guys?
The mark on her forehead. It is powerful magic and will destroy us if we harm her.
That's right. You dare not harm me. Now give me back my friends, and I'll let you go.
We may not be able to harm you, but the Wicked Witch has powers beyond ours. Hey kid, listen. Nothing personal. We're enslaved by magic charm. It's a whole thing, you know.
and off we go! The silver shoes!
They're mine. The good witch gave them to me.
But you know how to use them, sweet thing.
Yes.
We'll see, we'll see. Oh, get up, worthless free-ridden creatures. We are free of your power now. The golden cup has ended for you. For the time being, enjoy your freedom. But while it lasts, now Dorothy Gale for you.
My friends. Why did you hurt my friends?
Are those real tears? Dry up, I say, right this moment.
I can't just turn off my tears.
You can try, you better learn to try. Feelings are worthless. Your friend the Tin Woodman is far better without them.
Feelings give me strength.
You've got a spark inside you. I like that. Why one day under my tutelage you could become a great sorceress just like me.
I don't ever want to be like you.
Why not?
Because you're hateful and cruel and you hurt people. Why are you so wicked?
Because I can be. It's easy. Turn it all off, Dorothy, darling. Every tiny little feeling leads us of compassion and empathy. Because that, let's just face it, that just gets in the way of what matters most, isn't it? What you want, your wish, your heart's desire. Everyone else is just baggage. Think about it. You'd bring home right now if you hadn't sought to help your broken and exceedingly damaged friends. They're only holding you back.
You're wrong. You're so wrong.
I'm not going to argue with you, Dorothy, dear. Come, live with me a while longer, and maybe I won't let you die.
But the good witch told me.
Good witch, silly Dorothy, those are only words. They don't matter, not a bit. What matters is power. Who has it and who knows how to use it.
Then try to destroy me.
Oh, I can't. You know I can't. The Witch of the North's magic is stronger than I anticipated. But just because I can't hurt you doesn't mean I can't hurt something you love. Or someone.
Dorothy, are you alright? She hasn't hurt you, has she?
Oh, Lion, I'm so sorry about all this. If you hadn't come along with me, you'd be safe back in the forest.
But then I'd never have the chance to find my courage now, would I?
As fascinating as I find this little exchange, and that is to say not at all, I think I can make things far more interesting.
Stop it, you're hurting him.
Oh, more than that, I'm killing him, dearest.
You hateful, evil, wicked old thing.
Yes, a million times yes.
He's dying.
Oh, I know that, and I'll make it harder.
Lion, no, stop it.
Yes, it's much better.
How did I do that? Toto, did you see what happened?
Yes, Toto, what happened indeed. I'll just keep a hold of him until we sort everything out.
Give me back my dog!
I could do that, but I won't.
How could you take away my precious Toto?
No, don't take away Toto, please.
You, Winky, set Dorothy up with some cleaning apparatus. This castle is filthy. She will clean it top to bottom, without the use of water, of course.
Yes, Your Highness.
And maybe after you've had some time to figure it all out, then I won't drown Toto in my fish well. Toto! I'm very sorry about this. All of this.
Why? It's not your fault. Well, it is a little. We weren't always ruled by the Wicked Witch of the West. You see, we used to be ruled by the King of the Winkies. But when she challenged our leader, we didn't fight back. We didn't even try. We weren't organized enough to fight back. And the king?
Dead. She fed him to her wolves and enslaves us all.
There must be a way to fight her.
I'd say you should bet on those pretty sparkling shoes you've got there.
I wish I knew how they worked.
That's a charm that only the Wicked Witches of Oz seem to understand. You aren't a witch, I suppose?
No, and I don't ever want to be one.
There are good witches, you know.
Yes, I know, but I just want to go back to Kansas, where there are no witches, or winged monkeys, or Glindas, or
Or cowardly lions, or talking scarecrows.
Oh, Lion. If you had never come along with me, you'd be safe right now. All of you would.
You're right. And where would I be, Dorothy? Where would I be right now? I'll tell you. Whimpering behind a tree, listening to the other animals frolicking and enjoying themselves. And I'd be there too. Too afraid to come out and ask to join. But I'd rather be here with you in this cage than be the way I used to be.
That's brave of you, Lion.
No, it isn't. Unless you think it's brave to just love someone.
Sometimes that's the bravest thing you can do.
Here's scrubbing!
I don't suppose love is the Wicked Witch's weakness.
I wouldn't count on it.
Come on, you have to scrub. She will be furious if you're not scrubbing to the bone. No, like she'll want to see the actual bone.
Those look hot. Like, burn your feet hot.
I feel kind of funny.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give you a little help. She can't seriously expect you to do all that cleaning with at least a teensy bit of water.
There's a bucket of water down in the cellar we used to catch some runoff from the storm we had last week. I'll just go grab it.
You look kind of funny, but not a bad one.
The shoes, they're talking to me, whispering.
Talking shoes, what will they think of next?
Toto! Come to me, Toto! Come, please! Oh, Toto! I miss you so much!
How did you do that? How did you get him back?
I'm a great sorceress, more powerful than even you.
Bad timing. I see that now. Nonsense! It's about the shoes, not you. And I think I could remedy the situation after all.
Give me back my shoe!
I won't. It's mine now, and half the power's mine as well. Hello, hello, hello! Aha! Years ago, my sister, the Rex, took my eye to make herself the most powerful potion in all of the East for all the good it did her. But alas, I'm whole again, and I have half the power of this shoe, and I will keep this shoe, and just so, I will get the other one day too.
You don't have to be this way.
Actually, I think this is exactly how I have to be. Don't you get that by now, Dorothy?
The shoe fixed your eye. Maybe can.
What? Fix me? Get rid of all my wonderful wickedness. I told you, stupid girl, those are only words. They don't matter not a bit. What matters is power. Who has it and who knows how to use it.
Fire! 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 Oh, please, fire!
You fool! What have you done? In a moment, I shall melt away.
I'm sorry. I was just so angry.
What a world! Oh, what a world!
Please.
She had a bit of a meltdown. Come on, guys, that one was good. You know, if only the Woodman and Scarecrow were here, I think I'd be even happier than I am right now. If that's even possible.
Do you think we can rescue them?
Dorothy, my dear, you have knocked off not one, but two uber-powerful Wicked Witches. I think that for you, not even the sky is the limit.
Scene 2, the rescue.
So they called the Winkies to ask them if they would help to rescue their friends, and the Winkies said, "We are delighted to do everything in our power to help you, O Slayer of Wicked Witches."
The Winkies traveled that day and part of the next.
Until they came up upon the rocky plain where the Tin Woodman lay, all battered and bent.
He's in such sorry shape. Are any of you people tinsmiths?
We are, O Slayer of Wicked Witches.
Can you straighten out those dents and bend him back together and solder him where he is broken?
You'll be as good as new, we promise. They set to work,
For 3 days and 3 nights,
soldering and polishing and pounding.
until the Tin Woodman was straightened out into his old form and was as good as new.
Oh, Dorothy. Oh, it feels so good to be whole again.
Oh, don't cry. Go rest yourself again.
Oh, now only if we had the Scarecrow here, I should be quite happy.
It's a scarecrow.
As nice as it is to be reunited with one's friends,
the Wizard of Oz.
Scene 3, away to Oz. You will remember that there was no road,
Not even a pathway.
between the castle of the Wicked Witch and the Emerald City,
And so our friends began to walk through the strange and uneven terrain.
they encountered much in the way of strangeness, all the weirdness the land of Oz had to offer.
And as they made their way through the woods, the lion said,
You know, I'm a little in love with this place. I think I can live here. Once the wizard gives me courage, I mean.
Welcome, O King of Beasts.
Who? Me?
Who?
Him? You're just in time to fight our enemy and bring peace to this forest once more. Hey, Tiger, you're a stripy tail with me.
Is it safe?
Of course it's safe.
Oh, the King of the Beast.
I think they're talking about me.
Your Highness.
Sure.
We live in fear of a ferocious enemy that's been terrorizing our forest as of late.
The spider.
A spider? That doesn't sound so bad.
An enormous spider. Tremendous, monstrous.
Has a body big as an elephant and legs big as tree trunks.
That's bad.
As it moves through the forest, it seizes any enemy that crosses its path and eats it with one of its 8 awful legs. And eats it like a spider eats a fly.
And I don't suppose there are any other lions in your forest?
You eat 'em!
Troubling, but not insurmountable.
Really?
It isn't.
Good word.
Thank you. Not insurmountable until you consider that I'm just a
Why?
cowardly lion.
Do you hear that?
It's the monster!
Oh no.
Lion, be careful!
Let it be careful.
You got this! Get out! Come on! Put your brain in us!
Punch it in the face.
You got this!
1, 2, 3.
Wow. You did it.
All hail to the King of the Beast!
All hail the lion!
Thank you, loyal subjects.
Oh, brother.
I mean, you're welcome, friends. Once we collect our rewards from the Wizard of Oz, then I shall rule over you wisely and well. Sound good?
All hail the King of the Beast! All hail the lion!
Sounds good. Let's go. Oh, that spider was kind of tough to defeat.
You're right.
It was giant.
Very big.
Oh,
Well, I guess now we just head back to Oz.
You're
I
right.
guess so. Oh, look, it's the gate that we saw earlier. Maybe the Guardians will be there?
I thought, weren't they? There was one, right?
I think so. I don't know where they are though. Oh, are you nervous fighting the
I
spider?
know. I hope the wizard will keep his promise.
Hopefully.
Same.
Oh.
Scene 4, Oz the Great and Terrible. So the guardian called the soldier, who called the servant girl, who finally led him to the throne room. I am Oz, the Great and Terrible. How dare you return to me with your task left undone?
But it isn't undone.
We killed the Wicked Witch!
Is the Wicked Witch really destroyed?
She is. I melted her with a bucket of water.
Dear me, how sudden. Come to me tomorrow.
I need time to think it over.
These sound different.
I think so.
Who are you?
Hi there.
Who are you?
I'm Oz, the Great and Terrible.
We thought you were a giant head.
And a lovely lady!
And a terrible beast.
And a ball of fire!
You're all wrong. I've been playing make-believe, I fear.
Make-believe.
Make believe? You mean you're really not a great and powerful wizard?
Hush, my dear. Don't speak so loud, or you'll be overheard, and I'll be ruined. I'm supposed to be a great wizard, you know.
And you're really not?
Nope, I'm just a common man.
You're not that either! What? You're just a humbug!
Yes, that'll do. I'm a humbug.
But then, how will I ever get my heart?
Oh, my brains!
And my courage?
How will I ever get home now?
Sit down, my friends. I'll tell you my story. I was born in Omaha.
That's close to Kansas, right?
So it is. I actually worked as a ventriloquist and a balloonist for one of the biggest circuses to ever come out of the Midwest.
Until one day, I was flying high atop the clouds in my beautiful balloon. A great wind rose up and caught me, and my beautiful balloon, and blew me all the way out of my world and into this one. When the balloon came down, I found myself in the middle of these marvelous people, who immediately declared me to be a great wizard. How could I disappoint them? I didn't have the heart, pardon me, my friend, but I've convinced them to build a city, which has prospered ever since.
You tricked them?
I had to. I needed protecting, my dear. You see, my greatest fear were the witches of Oz. If they hadn't thought me to be as powerful as they would have destroyed me a long time ago. When I heard you killed one wicked witch, I was prepared to offer you anything as long as you liquidated the other, which you've done. Just didn't think you'd be so literal about it. But I'm truly, truly sorry to say this, but I'm quite unable to keep my promise.
Oh. I think you're a very bad man.
No, I'm a very good man. I'm just a terrible wizard, I must admit.
Then how should I ever get my heart?
Well, my brains and my courage. What about it?
How will I ever get home now?
Let me see. Try those. Pins and needles. Simple pins and needles. How do you feel?
Sure.
Try those. Look what curves down the hatch.
Roar!
The survey says definitely, but appropriate. Here, my friend. What a beauty.
Is it a kind heart?
What do you think?
Well, I say it is. I love my friends very much, and I've done many kindnesses for them already. So yes, it is.
Good enough. As for you, my dear, this will be more difficult, I'm afraid.
What about your balloon? Did it survive the trip over here?
Oh, it did! It did at that!
And could it be repaired?
Yes, it could.
And if it were repaired, could it possibly fly me over the deadly desert?
Yes, I see no reason why it couldn't.
And can you take me back to Kansas?
I see no reason why I can't.
Then I'll be able to go home after all.
Yay!
Scene 5, how the balloon was launched.
Goodbye, Dorothy.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Miss you.
I love you all.
Farewell, my friends. After I have consulted with my fellow wizards who live in Wizardland. Yes, that sounds right. But I shall be back soon. Have no doubt in that.
Huzzah!
And while I'm away, Scarecrow shall rule over you wisely and well.
I shall? I shall!
Huzzah again!
Come back, Toto.
Goodbye, Dorothy. Goodbye, my dear.
No, please come back. I want to go with you.
I can't. I'm too far away. Goodbye.
How will I ever get home now? He's really gone.
I'm sorry, Dorothy. You heard the wizard. The land of Oz is mine now, I guess. And well, you could stay here with us. Maybe you can even be happy.
Scarecrow, since you got the diploma, do you think you could think of some ideas?
The power upon my brains has given me a new idea. Why not call upon the winged monkeys?
Those jerks? No, thank you.
No, wait, that actually is a good idea. Because they may be brutes, but I think they were under some kind of spell and they may be able to help us.
Okay, but if they lift one single paw, I'll have no problem pouncing them like they've never been pounced before.
Do you still have the golden cap?
So a servant was sent to fetch the mysterious golden cap, which she carried in her basket all the way from the witch's castle.
It has writing inside.
It always has writing. It's probably spelled. Come on, Dorothy, give it a whirl.
Zizzy, zuzzy, zit.
What is your command? Huh? Noble sorceress? Oh, it's you! How come you're not an old enslaved and stuff? Say, you didn't happen to melt the witch with a bucket of water, did ya?
Why, that's exactly what we did.
I figured. I always thought that's exactly how she'd end up. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That's what I always say. Or bucket of water, pick your poison. Anyways, what brings you here?
We want to...
Well, forgive me for your naughtiness. If you can fly Dorothy out of Oz over the deadly desert until she is safely back in Kansas.
Nope, no can do. You have to be able to fly pretty high over the deadly desert and not to inhale its poisonous fumes.
And our wages aren't built for that kind of altitude, sweetheart. Sorry about it. We don't make the rules. Yeah, I feel you, little bro.
And how shall Dorothy ever get home?
Let us carry you to Glinda's palace.
Okay. I've heard of her.
She's pretty reclusive. She's a big humanitarian, or so I hear, spends all her time in far north of Oz. And she's one of the most powerful witches in Oz. Except, she usually uses her power to help people. Let us carry you to her place.
Thank you.
Come on, guys.
Let's go. Whoa.
This is where Glinda lives.
Wow.
Wow.
Everything's so pink.
So pretty.
Nice castle.
Wow.
Let's go for her. Glinda! Scene 6 at Glinda's palace. Witch of the South. What can I do for you, my child?
Well, my friends have everything they need. I just want to make sure they're safe before I go.
You've all done well by Dorothy, and I agree. You should be rewarded. Tell me, my brilliant and unusual friend, what will you do once Dorothy has left us? Scarecrow. Oh, well, the wizards left me in his stead to rule Oz, so I guess I'll spend my days making people happy there. So shall it be done?
Oh, Your Majesty. Supreme Majesty. Your most supreme, royal, supreme, magical talking Scarecrow Majesty. We're here to accompany you safe back to the Emerald City as soon as you wish it.
Your fan club waits for you.
My fan club? The whole Emerald City. Everyone there is totally and 100% in love with you.
I'm a star! Yeah. And you, my shaggy and courageous friend?
Well, I've knocked down a spider and a couple other things, but I still think I'm a big fraidy cat. But I can rule over the forest now wisely well.
I agree. So shall it be done?
All hail to the King of Beasts. All hail the lion.
Gosh, I mean, growl.
And you, my heartsick metal friend?
How could you tell I was heartsick? Oh, witch powers and all that.
Yes.
Well, I have no place to call home, or no one to love.
Isn't there?
Nimmy Amy?
Nick, I thought I'd never see you again.
I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. A heart isn't worth loving if there's no one to love with it.
And of course, there are those people, those lives who touch, who love you too. And that just comes to show the true measure of a heart's success. Don't you think? Does that allay your fears, Dorothy?
It does, and you are certainly as kind as you are beautiful.
But something is still not quite right.
I don't know how I'll ever get back to Kansas.
I know that you miss your family, and the answer is simple. It's been with you this entire journey.
It has? Of course, the silver shoes.
Of course, my magic silver shoes.
Yours?
I forged them years ago before they were stolen from me by the wicked witch of the East. They are quite powerful, as I'm sure you've discovered.
I've noticed.
She used them to enslave the Munchkins in the entire land of the East. It's been my most fervent hope that someone wise and possessing enough compassion and bravery would be able to use them for the purpose I intended.
To take me home?
To help those who are in need, some like you and your wonderful friends. If you had known your power, you could have gone back to your Aunt Em the very first day you came to this country.
Really?
But then I would never have my beautiful brains.
And I would never have my amazing heart.
And I would never have this badge of courage.
I'm so glad I could help you. I love you all so much. And I'll miss you too. I'll miss you so much.
And we love you too, Dorothy.
Are you ready now?
I am. What do I have to do?
You must knock your heels together 3 times and command the shoes to take you wherever you wish to go. It's that simple.
Silver shoes took the 3 steps. And then Dorothy stopped so suddenly that she rolled upon the grass several times. And before she knew where she was, at length, however, she sat up and looked about her.
Goodness gracious!
For she was sitting on the broad
prairie.
Just before her was a new farmhouse.
And Uncle Henry was milking the cows in the barnyard. Dorothy stood up and found out that she was on her stocking feet.
For the silver shoes had fallen off in her flight through the air and were lost forever in the desert.
Scene 7. Glinda, Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, home again.
Aunt Anne had just come out of the house to water the cabbages when she looked up and saw Dorothy running toward her.
Aunt Em, I missed you so much.
My darling child!
Oh, here's Toto too.
Where on earth were you two?
I was at the Land of Oz with Toto. I missed you so much.
And I'm so happy that you guys are back.
The end.
Ladies and gentlemen, clap for the cast of The Wizard of Oz! Take them out, take them out. I am so proud of you, and you should be so proud of yourself. That was 90 minutes of memorized lines. Clap for these kids! That's one of the hardest things to do. That takes so much work, so much courage, so many brains, all of it, and so much heart. And you guys did an incredible job. Colby, are you here? Colby, come down and take a photo. Parents, if you'd like to take a cast photo, stay where you are. Can I get, yeah, you guys, can I get the characters with Dorothy down here? And everybody, yeah, you stay there with the witches. Here we go. And let's take a cast photo. Get your photos ready. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, say Wizard of Oz. All right, give me a character pose. Silly, funny, crazy, ready, arms and big. Oh, hey, 3, 2, 1. Miss Taylor, come out with me because we worked hard for this too. Clap for us. We got to sit and be pretty too. Are you ready? Come over here. 1, 2, hey! Also, we have a very special day. Today is Gabe the Scarecrow's birthday!